The morning sun bathes Green Gables farm in a golden glow as birdsong fills the air. Matthew Cuthbert steps out, a shy gentleman on a mission. Matthew's a shy gentleman preparing to pick up a boy from the train station. A nervous anticipation hangs in the air as Matthew Cuthbert mutters, "I hope the boy isn't too chatty." Matthew tenderly pats the horse, a silent promise of the journey ahead. Matthew speaks softly to the horse. "Let's be off, girl. Mary'll all be waiting." Gentle, upbeat music fills the air as Matthew climbs into the buggy. The buggy begins to move, leaving Green Gables behind. The piercing whistle of a train announces its arrival as it screeches to a halt, releasing a wave of passengers onto the bustling platform. Matthew arrives, his eyes darting nervously, a picture of shyness. Matthew has always been uncomfortable with crowds and strangers. "I just hope the boy will be easy to find." Anne sits alone on a bench, clutching a carpet bag, a solitary figure. Matthew's voice cuts through the silence. Where's the boy?" Matthew approaches hesitantly. Anne notices Matthew and her face brightens. "Oh, you must be Mr. Cuthbert. I'm so glad to see you. I was afraid nobody was coming." Matthew, lost and bewildered, shifts his weight, his eyes scanning the lively train station. A hopeful voice pierces through the chaos. You're expecting us?" A young girl steps forward, her eyes bright with anticipation. "Yes, I'm Anne Shirley, from the orphanage. Didn't Mrs. Spencer tell you?" Matthew, too shy to correct her, tips his hat nervously. The train station buzzes with activity as passengers move about, the air heavy with diesel and anticipation. Amid the farewells, Matthew hesitates, his demeanor uncertain. Matthew stammers, "Well, I suppose we'd better be getting home." Matthew and Anne journey through blooming fields, a vibrant tableau of nature's splendor. Anne's voice dances on the air, her eyes sparkling with childlike wonder. "Oh, isn't this the most beautiful place in the world? I've never seen such trees, or skies. Oro, look, a brook. I've always wanted to see a real brook." Anne asks, "Do you think you'll have a room with a window?" "I've always dreamed of a window where I can imagine stories and faraway lands." Matthew just nods, smiling quietly. The buggy rumbles along the dirt path, kicking up dust. Matthew considers something and says, "I think that might be arranged." Matthew reflects. Matthew has never met a child who talks so much but somehow doesn't mind. Anne and the other person walk along a wooded path, bathed in the warm glow of the setting sun. Pink blossom trees create a romantic atmosphere. Anne exclaims, "Oh, what do you call this place? It's the most romantic, beautiful spot I've ever seen." Matthew and Anne stroll along a tree-lined path, bathed in the soft glow of sunlight. Matthew shrugs, dismissing the path as simply, "Well, it's just the path home, I suppose." Anne's imagination ignites, declaring, "Let's call it the White Way of Delight." Doesn't that sound magical? Anne's imagination is already giving Avonlea a whole new sparkle. At Green Gables farmhouse, Anne arrives, her eyes wide with wonder.
"This is the loveliest house I've ever seen. Look at the gables and the green roof. Oh, I'm so glad I'm going to live here."
Matthew's worry deepens as he eyes the farmhouse. Knowing Marilla anticipates a boy, he murmurs, Marilla's going to be surprised." Matthew opens the door, stepping into the warm light of Green Gables. Marilla stands in the kitchen, her expression a mix of anticipation and concern. "Well, Matthew, did you bring the boy?" Anne cautiously peeks around Matthew, her eyes wide with anticipation. Anne walks into Green Gables, her steps confident and full of excitement. Anne's voice rings with gratitude. "Hello, Miss Cuthbert. I'm Anne Shirley and I'm so grateful to be here." Marilla stares, speechless, her mind reeling from the unexpected. She turns her gaze to Matthew, seeking answers in his silence. Matthew offers only a helpless shrug, deepening Marilla's bewilderment. Marilla had expected a boy to help on the farm, not a red-headed girl with a heart full of dreams. Marilla stands firm, her disbelief palpable as she confronts Matthew. Matthew stands opposite, a blend of apprehension and resolve in his stance. Marilla's voice cuts through the air. "Matthew Cuthbert, what have you done?" Matthew responds with quiet conviction. "It's a girl, but I think we'd better keep her." Marilla. Bathed in moonlight, Anne gazes out the window, her face reflecting a silent plea. Her voice trembles with longing. "Oh, please let me stay. I think I could love it here more than anywhere in the world." Sunlight floods the spare room, highlighting the swirling dust. And so, Anne Shirley arrived at Green Gables not at all what the Cuthberts expected. But sometimes, the best surprises come with red hair, freckles, and a very big imagination.